Check in with Jim Cramer. Jim, here we go. It's November, and we're off to some green arrows starts once again after a really phenomenal month of October, especially given the seasonal backdrop, which you might usually anticipate. What happened?
Well, I think that the earnings were pretty good, actually better than pretty good. I think that we're now kind of through the meat of the earnings season, and with the exception, strangely, of Apple and Amazon, they were both supply chain. It was really pretty good. And I think a lot of people are starting to say to themselves, even though the economy might be slowing, maybe the Fed does some announce tapering this week, and maybe they say, here's what we're going to do. It's benign, and benign is good. I'm looking for oil to peak here. I think that the earnings are all, when we look at them, maybe the buybacks are going to be back with the 1%. No corporate tax. Looks like that's going to go away. I don't know. I'm searching for negatives other than for American Airlines.
Although I have to say, when you hear things like this, at first we were kind of writing this off saying, OK, this was Southwest and they're different because they're not hub and spoke and they have bigger problems. They haven't been able to really handle their unions well. Now you hear American Airlines happening this and Phil saying you're probably going to see this with other airlines, too. I mean, United has been pretty out there saying they think they're well staffed and can handle any of these things. I guess we'll see which ones really are over the next month.
I think United is the best right now. I got to tell you, the only person that kept everybody on that I can tell is Laura Albert from Williams-Sonoma. They laid no one off. And take a look at that stock. It is flying. Why? Because they don't have any staffing problems. All these retailers have a lot of staffing problems. Costco, not a lot of staffing problems. Costco price target raised this morning. I like retail here. I think retail's pretty good. I'm not a fan of the airlines other than United.
I like retail, too, but when we were talking to Matt Shea today from the National Retail Federation, you know, that estimate they have of an 8.5% to 10.5% sales jump, he thinks that half of that's going to just be inflation. So you're really talking about more normalized levels of maybe 4 to 5.5% for the increase that you'd actually see if you adjusted it for inflation. And going out and kind of seeing the store shelves lately, I have to say I've been surprised to see as many holes as I have either at the grocery market store or looking for candy or looking for Halloween costumes and stuff. And it did give me some trepidation about what you're actually going to be able to find this holiday season and what it's going to cost the retailers to get that stuff there.
Supply chain is supply chain. I mean, Black & Decker down. Stanley Works Black & Decker downgraded today. All these stories are supply chain. I know it makes people's eyes glaze over, but without good supply chain, we just are not going to have a lot of stuff in the stores like we're used to. I mean, we're not going to be like Soviet Russia, you know, it's like the Soviet Union in the 80s. But I like Costco because I think they're going to be able to get everything. I think Walmart's going to be able to get everything. I think Target, the big three, I think it's going to be terrific.
Yeah. And by the way, folks, shop early. Here's your warning. Jim, thank you. We're going to see you in just a few minutes.